Welcome back to my channel. I keep saying that these are gonna get better and that I'm gonna record once I do my makeup, and that I'm not gonna look a hot mess, and that I'm gonna put effort into these recordings. But who am I lying? I'm not getting ready to do any of that, at least not anytime soon. But I decided to not overthink this video, and I decided to not overthink how I was gonna go about this video. I feel like I've wanted to post since the last time that I posted the 3-day holiday sale and just some brief updates. And since then, it has been probably 3 weeks. Christmas passed, New Year's passed, and here we are, well into January, and I shared nothing. But I will say shout out to friends and family and people who put the battery in your back to really do things, because I will say it was such a great idea for me to do that 3-day holiday sale, primarily because I realized my product is in demand. We sold out. It was fantastic. It was amazing. We sold out to the point that I still have people that are like, is the link still working? I'm trying to order. How can we get more orders? And I'm repeatedly sharing over and over again that we launch on February 2nd. With that said, since the holiday sale, that is the update. We have a launch date. We launch on February 2nd. We will have a full website that's gonna have all of our products. You're gonna be able to shop and interact and learn about us, learn about the story behind floritzasflavor, learn a little bit about me, have access to our social media accounts. It's just gonna be amazing. And I'm excited. And I really think that doing that holiday sale activated and really kind of got me thinking around like, girl, just launch. And really got rid of like that paralysis analysis that I had going on to really just get this lifted and really get it going. And since then, I have been nonstop just finalizing all of the small details that go into launching. And let me tell you, people will sit here and constantly sell you a story that all you need to do is come up with a good idea and take a few $100 that you got in your piggy bank that you collected from quarters and get up and just sell. Just sell, just sell, just sell, just sell. And while some of that is valid, right, there is so much more that goes into really making sure that you conceptualize and fully build out what you can only hope is going to be a viable and sustainable business. And this is coming from someone that is now getting started, that hasn't even fully started. But the amount of things that I have learned throughout this process, and the amount of things that I am continuously learning throughout this process, and the amount of things that I wish I knew early on throughout this process, just continue to amaze me. There is so much fine print and so many small details and so much that nobody tells you, and so much that you're not necessarily going to find out by just watching YouTube videos. I am the YouTube researcher. Like, I go to YouTube University almost every day. I'm constantly online. I'm constantly trying to figure out new innovative ways to do things that may be difficult for me because I don't know. And still, there are moments and there are things that I know that I still don't know, and there's just so much more to learn. This is never ending. This is nonstop. And that is, I think, the biggest realization that I've come to terms with, that I am always going to be learning something new, that I am always going to be growing and evolving in my business, because it is just a lot. There's just so much, right? And one of the biggest updates and biggest realizations that I think I had to come to terms with as of recent is that I am not going to be able to operate and run this business out of my apartment. And for a really long time, I thought that I was going to be able to. It's important to not compare your business to somebody else's business. A lot of the businesses that I see here on YouTube and that I follow on social media are either businesses that are selling products like makeup, or businesses that are selling products like candles, or planners or stickers or crafts or what have you. And very few are product or businesses that are selling food products. And selling food is a completely different beast. It's completely different to sell food than it is to maybe sell planners or stickers or scrunchies or lip gloss. There is just a little bit more leeway that you can get when it comes to starting a business when you're selling non-perishable items, or items that are not internally consumed by your customers, that you can't really get away with when you're selling people food. So unfortunately, won't be able to run out of my apartment, not because I can't as a spice brand. For those of you that are gonna come for me and say, well, you can get a home processing license, I can get a home processing license, but because food products require you to have an address, like a physical location or an address that your customer can reference, a website, a phone number, etc., I personally do not feel comfortable that address being my home. And whatever address you use to register your business entity is the address that you need to put on that label. So while yes, you can have a virtual address, which is also what a lot of small business owners that are out here giving you tips and tricks are going to say, that virtual address is not going to be enough for you to put on your product, because the address that needs to be on your product is the address where you physically process, create, generate, or package your product. So if you are not working because you are small with a co-packer, with a agency or a company that is actually packaging your products and shipping them to you already made, and you are starting small in your home, you are gonna have to put your home, which is the place where you bottle these, label them, and ship them out to people, as an address. And I just personally didn't feel comfortable with that. So we've been looking at space. We think we found one in the South Bronx, which is exciting. It's really great. We love the management there. We love the community building that is there. There are so many other small business owners there. There is so much, connection that can happen. There's a lot of networking that can happen. And we just love, the opportunity to be able to launch with storage. Like, I can literally get everything out of my apartment now. And while it's not necessarily the first step that a lot of small business take, it's probably not one that's going to be fully encouraged to me by a lot of small business owners, because it's one of the first ways in which small business owners kind of reduce cost. It is something that is a priority for me. And I think that's another thing that I've learned that's very big. The decisions that we make in our business are really going to be defined by what's important for us in our business, by what our demands are, by what we've searched, by who our customer segment is, by who we're trying to really service. And there's just going to be so many different layers that are going to make the things that are important for you and your business important. And I think you're just going to have to follow your gut. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow my gut. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to pray a lot about it. I'm going to be hopeful that getting the space is the best move for my business. And we're about to move out. I don't know if it's dark because I've been talking for too long, but anyways, before I wrap up this video, I want to get your help in choosing a label. So we've decided to add another form of packaging for our spices. Right now we're selling them in bottles, and that's the direction that we were gonna go. But there's one of our products that I feel would be really great if we size up and we sell them in a paper pouch. So I'm gonna show you the design of 2 of our labels, and I want you to help us vote. So here are the 2 versions. I'm covering the names because you gotta keep some secrets. And we wanna save that for launch day. But here are the 2 label designs. We have a red and green, and we have a blue and green. Now for reference, this goes, in my opinion, really well with our product labels. this is our original product label. This is the design of our spicy sofrito blends. And as you can see, you have like the onions and the peppers and all of that kind of infused, really low key in the background of the label. And then these really kind of engaging and bright arrows that really take you to the center of the title of the product, which I really love. So I moved on to incorporate that into these labels in a way that kind of just flowed, but that just gave it a little bit more of a unique design. Now that I'm looking at them side by side, I kind of almost love both of them. And I'm almost leaning to just kind of like mix and match and have both of these labels as an option for this product. But nonetheless, I still want to get you guys to vote. So the first option number 1, is the red and the green, and option number 2 is the blue and the green. So option number 1 is the red and the green, and option number 2 is the blue and the green. And I'm gonna put the voting options in the description below, but let me know what you think, and I will see y'all soon.